Gonna be speed charging out over onto the rogue. I do like that set, man. The show just looks so good. Chicago's gonna be the first one meeting him in the arena. Got himself the thundering axes and everything. Looks so good. Tier over on that team 1, as well as Light Messiah Haster, as well as Shield Pills in the back. Versus Caster Meta over on team 2 in the back. We got Conan. We got us as Torvus waiting his turn, as well as. Wait, are you just stuck? We got you. We got Trill just like just pipe it over there, dude. Gonna be big damage out of speed with an invasion to follow. DFA trying to see if he can maybe avoid some damage. Maybe a Sunder out of Chicago is gonna go for a quick gouge. Able to get quite a lot of cooldowns out of quite a decent amount of damage onto Chicago. Not too many cooldowns. I was almost expecting to see a wall, but it's only the Guardian instead. Speed taking quite a bit of damage though. Chicago able to toss up with the rogue pretty well. Guardian, the Earth and Elemental, is not gonna let you catch a quick reset all that easily. As Speed trying to see if he can get himself a better setup. Gouge on Chicago, maybe setting up for a kidney shot. Chicago better have someone for this next kidney shot. Blind instead? Wait, no. Wait, yes. Hold on, did you break it right after? You blinded? I think you went for a vanish. Maybe you broke it and you noticed it and you were out. Wait, it's still out of the pipe? Yeah. No longer piping. I didn't know Evokers could do that. That is hilarious. Trying to see if he can put some calm points. Next kidney shot could be really, really deadly. He does have himself a couple of charges of dance, but Chicago trying to see if he can take initiative. Sepsis out of speed? Hold on a second. I was just talking about Sepsis. This man using a massive secret technique. Going to be a burrow down. Knock at speed for just a second. Sunder right after. Does he have the big damage? Gouge to follow speed. Trying to see if he can bail out of there. Does not have a vanish. Is going to have to tussle with Chicago. Cloak of Shadows might have the cloak with the Veil of Midnight, which gives him a little bit of that physical protection, as well as the magical DFA to follow. Trying to see if he can maximize the damage. Get a shot right after. Still got himself one more charge of dance, so maybe can make a big play off of this one. Just needs a couple of crits. Gouge to follow, at least making sure he's maximizing the control over Chicago. Buys himself as much time as possible. Looking to escape out of this one. Does have a vanish coming back up very, very soon. We'll need to use it as soon as possible. Vanish is up. Does Chicago find him at all? Is just gonna have to go for a little bit of healing of speed. Finally get himself a bit of a breather. Chicago has the choice right now. Pick up the eyes or wait out the rogue and pick it up the eyes, especially if you got the advantage, especially if you're ahead. Definitely is the play. Lightning Lasso to follow won't be enough to take down the rogue. Trying to see if he can go for Sunder, but a shadow step by the rogue does get to avoid it. Get a shot, reverse it back to Chicago with a cheap shot right after. Got himself evasion for a little bit longer. Chicago needs to zap out speed. It's going to be a rogue going for a bit of a reset. DFA right after, trying to avoid as much damage out of Chicago, but I think the Shaman does have him locked in though. As soon as that evasion runs out, it is rough. With Chill Pills gonna be up next. Does he give Chicago? Almost gives him a proper honor duel, but does definitely want to put some pressure into the Shaman. Chicago is coming back into this one with the wall together with Guardian, Trinket available, everything up. It's going to be full Ascendance, just trying to see if he can match Chill's energy. Full cooldowns for full cooldowns, ramping up big hits. It's going to be mad damage on Chill's, just barely surviving this. May have to rotate every single defense, is still on the cusp of death either way. Short stun onto Chicago for just a moment. Ascendance finally waning. Does Chicago still have the pressure? Chill's just trying to see if he can claw at Chicago from a distance. It looks like he's able to capitalize on that victory. Storm's charging out. Got himself full crusade, trying to see if he can maximize the damage. Chill just letting the ghouls attack him, letting that ramped up army do a little bit of work, chip away at the Paladin's defenses. As Shield looking for a bit of an escape, blind onto Torvus, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a better setup. He does have some defenses coming back in. He needs to be very careful when he uses an AMS for those wings. It is going to be full crusade. You definitely want to try to see if you can avoid Torvus's crusade, shield of vengeance, and everything as best you can. You'll probably have to play it slow and steady. Big chain of ice, let him keep him at bay, let the army of the dead do work, and just try to see if you can avoid him. Hand of freedom for the Paladin for just a second. Next kidney shot could be really, really deadly, especially as the man is building up quite a bit of resources. Final rank, you know this man wants to go in. He's out for blood. He wants to take down the abomination that is the Deathlight Silence on Torvus. And Shilpa is able to approach him. May just have to go for big defenses either way though. IBF might just be have to be used right now. Torvus still has a bubble. Spellboard instead. Wait a second, you can maybe go for some physical damage. He's not completely all shadow damage. He could go for physical damage to take down Torvus. AMS is available, avoiding a lot of the Paladin's defense, offensive holy power. Wait a second, maybe Shilpa still comes out on top. Torvus catching up a little bit of healing. Hammer's thrown in. Death back for just the last second. Gives him a little bit of health and doesn't have taken him out. Oh my god, the spell warden. Normally it is so effective against magic classes, but I almost forgot that Unholy Death Knight isn't just completely all shadow damage. You actually do have a pet. You do have physical hits that you are hitting. A lot of your damage is going to be clone shadows and death quotes from a distance, but when you get a melee, I believe your Apocalypse is actually full melee damage, full physical damage. Is it not, or is it shadow? I don't even remember. But Caster Meta is not going to let Chilpa survive the next go. Got himself full burst available. Actually, no. He's holding a lot of his bursts, but he's not really giving him any opportunity to recover at the very least. So I am corrected. In cap, as he just wants to end Chilpa's really quickly, probably going to be touch death here too in just a moment. Or does he save it for the next competitor? Fist of Fury does have to cancel it. Chilpa is still surviving this one. Caster Meta could just commit cooldowns, but he knows he doesn't want to. Wait a second, he just gets slowed with Karma last second. Silencer follow Chilpa's. He can't fight through Karma right now. He can't do it, but he does get a lot of cooldowns out of Caster Meta either way, though. Does Caster Meta just stay his hand and not use anything? Chills needs heals right now. That, or he needs some kind of CC onto Caster. Maybe blind, anything at all. He doesn't have a lot of health whatsoever. Pre-AMS is available, but a touch of death. He does end up committing touch of death either way, though. My goodness. Honestly, it looked like Chilpos maybe was going to Clawing Shadows that one back towards the top. But that's a rough one. Is it up next, like Messiah? Is it going to be Tier or is it Haster? It looks like it just might be a Haster. He's looking around, waiting, like, is anybody going? Do I have to fight a monk again? Please don't make me fight a monk again. Lex super to Haster, got himself a trinket immediately. Zuen joined in as a full burst setup for Caster. Does trinket to break himself out of the psychic scream. It is going to be Haster at no help whatsoever. May decide to go for disperse, barely alive. Oh, just fights some disperse. It doesn't even, what the? Oh, come on, Douglas, what was that BM? Stun into Caster Meta's Light Messiah is going to go for full wings. Fist of Fury available, is going to be able to remove the dots, but it's going to put him in a Horrify effect. Trying to see if he can go for a port away from Light Messiah. Probably going to go for a port yet again, unless he doesn't have the town set up properly. He's trying to see if he can bail out of there, looking for a big kicks, big rolls over. My God, I forgot just how good Dalaran Sewers is for monks. You could reposition from one pillar to the next, and just a couple of rolls as well as a dragon kick. It is incredibly good. But Caster Meta try to see if he can avoid Light Messiah. Maybe you can use Hand of Freedom to help him catch up at all. In cap to follow as Caster trying to get himself a little bit of survivability. Yeah, he can just run circles. Stun next onto Caster. Does have a Karma for this one. Blind by Light Messiah, looking for Searing Glare and trying to maybe just fight through the Karma. If you could just fight through Karma with the Shield of Vengeance, that would have been perfect. Gonna be Caster bailing out of it entirely. Dragon kick together with a couple of rolls. Gonna be big hammers flying in from a distance. Isn't enough though. Gets him super low, but not quite enough. In cap last second. Light Messiah bubbles it just to finish off Caster. He doesn't even want to fire with it. Doesn't want to find out what's going on. Oh no, man. Oh no. Oh no. Charge out by Conan up next versus Light Messiah. Got himself full big burst versus the Paladino with a full, got himself big old bleed. Disarm to follow, stun right after the storm. But Light Messiah does maybe at lay on hands. Maybe. I think it's done. I think that Bubba maybe sealed his fate with a forbearance. I didn't expect for it to last that long, really. I always keep, it is 30 seconds forbearance, but every single time that I've had a Paladin use it against me, every time I feel like it feels shorter than it really is. But it just like, that's not the case. It is still 30 seconds. It just always feels like it's shorter. Tier is going to be up next versus Conan. Immediate defensive by the Warrior. Does land a stun into the Rogue. Able to break past his defenses for just a second. Cloak of Shadows blind as well as advantage. That's a lot of cooldowns for Tier. Normally you get a lot of cooldowns out of a Rogue. That is huge. But with how rogues can just go for proper resets and everything, it's just not the same. Shadow Strike to follow into a Shockwave. Is Conan trying to see if he can just keep in front of Tier as best as possible? Pick it up eyes, I don't think on purpose, but does end up helping him in case he sees a advantage on a rogue. Smoke bomb a little bit late. Tier might just want to escape this one as soon as possible. Does he have Shadow Steps? Has himself evasion. Trying to see if he can stay around with Conan with that evasion. Stormbolt for just a second, but doesn't quite find him. Bleed perfectly around on top of the rogue, forcing him out of stealth. Has himself no more advantages available. I think he might just have him right here. Cheat death last second. Getting a shot. This is your last chance here, but I think Conan is going to be able to take it down with a rampage at the end. My goodness. Let's get us another going here. No. See where this is good, Dal. Short maps are great.